Year's Eve, Ottawa. I'm Ivy, and this is your daily news bite for Wednesday, December 31st. Quick weather check for the capital. A high around -10 degrees Celsius and a low near -21 degrees Celsius today with snow. Bundle up if you're heading out. And you might be, because the Rideau Canal Skateway is officially welcoming skaters for its 56th season. The National Capital Commission opened a 3.4-kilometre stretch at 8 a.m. from Somerset West to the Bank Street Bridge. Skating is free as always, and there are change rooms, washrooms, rentals, and an interactive map to help you plan your glide. One note for regulars: the Patterson Creek area is closed this season due to the bridge rehabilitation, but there's a temporary staircase near Monkland Avenue to help everyone get around. Walking lanes will open once snow conditions allow, so even non-skaters can enjoy the canal. With the bitter cold today, think layers, a face covering and warm, dry socks. You know the drill. And keep an eye on kids' fingers and toes. To a serious local safety story, Ottawa police say a food delivery driver was injured Monday night after being dragged along the road during a vehicle theft. The driver tried to stop the theft by clinging to the car and was dragged a significant distance before the suspect fled. The driver is in hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The vehicle was later found abandoned in Cornwall, and a 26-year-old suspect was arrested near the U.S. border. Charges include robbery, dangerous driving, and possession of stolen property over $5,000. The investigation is ongoing. If you're making deliveries or curbside pickups, keep your keys on you and the engine off if you step out, even for a moment. These thefts can unfold in seconds. In a separate investigation, the OPP are looking into human remains discovered in Head, Clara, and Maria Township, east of North Bay. The remains have been identified as 26-year-old Hakeem Muakira of Ottawa. Police say preliminary information suggests there's no broader threat to the public, but you can expect increased police presence in the area as they continue their work. Anyone with information is urged to come forward. Let's zoom out to national changes coming in 2026 that could affect your wallet and your workplace. Ottawa residents will see the lowest federal income tax rate drop from 15% to 14% on the first $57,375 of income, saving the average taxpayer about $190 next year. At the same time, payroll contributions to the Canada Pension Plan and employment insurance will rise, so paychecks will reflect a mix of a lower tax rate and higher CPP-EI. On climate policy, the consumer carbon tax was cancelled on April 1, 2025, but the industrial carbon price rises to $110 per ton in 2026. That targets heavy emitters, and while it's aimed at driving cleaner industrial practices, businesses will be watching how costs flow through supply chains. On immigration, 2026 brings a more controlled system with stronger enforcement tools under Bill C-12, including the ability to suspend or cancel applications in defined circumstances to protect system integrity. Saskatchewan's provincial nominee program will also restructure how it allocates nominations, adding priority sector minimums, worth noting for anyone eyeing interprovincial moves or recruiting talent. Now, on to AI, because Ottawa is a tech city and this is a space to watch. Geoffrey Hinton, yes, the neural networks pioneer, won the 2024 Nobel Prize in Physics for foundational machine learning work, alongside major contributions connected to John Hopfield's breakthroughs. It's a historic recognition of ideas that power today's AI. But public sentiment remains conflicted in the U.S. Many people are worried about job loss and rising energy costs tied to the massive computing behind AI. Some Democratic strategists are even floating a harder anti-AI line to tap into that discontent, arguing there's an opening to unite different worker groups against certain AI-driven practices. For Ottawa, that tension is real. We're home to startups and research labs that benefit from AI, while our public service and service sectors are weighing automation risks and energy demands. Keep an eye on policies that encourage innovation while protecting jobs and managing the grid impacts, especially as our city aims for climate goals and a resilient energy system. Speaking of the balance between growth and green rules, Northern Ontario Liberals are backing a one project, one review approach in Provincial Bill 5 to speed up environmental approvals. Supporters say it could cut duplication and get projects, think housing, infrastructure, even critical minerals, moving faster. Critics warn it weakens environmental safeguards and reduces the quality of Indigenous consultation. With big clean economy projects on the horizon, this is one of those how fast versus how well debates that will matter across the province, including the capital. On the homegrown industry front, you've probably seen that Canada is not for sale. Hats around town. The duo behind them, Liam Mooney and Emma Cochrane, say steady demand is letting them double down on made-in-Canada manufacturing, and now they want to help other companies do the same. They're launching consultancy services to share the nitty-gritty of domestic production, from cutting costs and timelines to navigating supply chains without relying so heavily on the US and China. They've got new product lines planned for 2026 tied to international events. For Ottawa's and Acre community and small brands, this could be a useful resource if you're trying to scale locally. Travel note for anyone heading down the 416 or 401 toward friends and family. Toronto is under a snow squall watch as the city rolls into New Year's Eve. If you're driving to the GTA, give yourself extra time and plan for sudden whiteouts. Before I let you go, one more Ottawa weather hit. Expect a high near minus 10 degrees Celsius and a low around minus 21 degrees Celsius with snow. Perfect skating weather if you're dressed for it, and perfect hot chocolate weather if you're not. That's your Daily News Bite. I'm Ivy. Have a safe, cozy New Year's Eve. Enjoy the canal if you're heading out, and I'll catch you tomorrow with the first headlines of 2026.